I'm Yara Hamid, and my promise to the world is I'm going to leave you better than how I found you. And I'll start off a bit strong there, so let me backtrack a little bit.
My story began in Amsterdam, where I was born and raised, and ever since I first learned how to talk, I was chatty.
Moving to the UK didn't stop me. I would just babble on to the other kids in broken Dutch and Arabic until I caught on with English, so much so that I've even forgotten my Dutch, which is something that I'm currently working on relearning. As the first generation to my Sudanese immigrant parents, my biggest aspirations in life involve supporting them financially and doing this in something that I'm passionate about, as well as to repay them for the massive sacrifice, which is moving to a country that they knew nothing about in order for better education for me and my little brother. So my mom often jokes about how someday I'll make enough money to buy her 4 houses, but she doesn't know that that's actually one of my deepest motivations in life.
My self-introduction would be incomplete without talking about my faith, something that's kept me grounded during the last few turbulent years of post-pubescence.
I'm so happy to be finally able to say that my dean empowers me and is the centre of my life. It enables me to strive towards my dreams, and God knows how many dreams I've had over the years. Swimming, dancing, boxing is just a few of the sports that I've taken up over my last few years, in the past decade. And there was a point in primary school where I literally took every single musical club, and I played most of the instruments in the primary school just out of pure over ambition. So I love fashion and I love doing my hair, as you can hopefully tell, because these are my outlets to letting the world know who I am when my worlds fail to do so. So for me, this programme was an opportunity that if I passed upon would be a disservice to myself and what I know I'm capable of, especially as coming from a low-income household where I'm statistically expected to pass up on higher education despite my academic drive. So to be accepted into this programme would be just proving to myself and others that I know what I'm capable of, and it has nothing to do with my economic background. So for me, ever since I even knew what the USA was, it's always been my dream to study there. As cliche as it sounds, I've always wanted the American college girl life, so much so that I've been perfecting my American accent over the years, and I think it's pretty good. Okay, sorry if that was bad. Anyways, to be accepted into this program would finally make my current faraway fantasies of studying abroad in the US actually feel tangible to me, and I literally cannot stop giggling every single time I think of being accepted in this program. Just ask my family, it creeps them out every single time. I plan to be the first person, and in fact woman in my family directly, to complete undergraduate study at the age that's expected of me, and go on to study in all the degrees after that, like masters, doctorates, hopefully, fingers crossed, and to receive expert guidance as well as financial aid from the Sutton US Trust program on top of that would just mean the world to me. Especially as now the gender gap in top UK universities is finally being recognised, this program would introduce me to a network of women my age with similar interests and work ethic as me, which is just an invaluable thing that cannot be replicated anywhere else. And especially as I've heard from previous UK cohorts, is something that forms lifelong bonds and is something that cannot be passed upon. So after researching all of the universities, and trust me, I did my research, the one that I kept coming back to was University of Richmond, not only because in my opinion Spiders is the coolest name out of all of them, completely aimed at Connecticut camels, because what kind of name is that? What intrigued me immediately was the fact that it had a smaller student faculty ratio than the rest of the schools. It had an 8-to-1 ratio, where the average in the US is 18-to-1, so this allows for deeper bonds to form with the professors, which is something I can see myself benefiting from in the future for sure. As well as this, 41% of the students are BIPOC, which struck a chord within me immediately, because I don't want to repeat feelings of isolation that I maybe had in other institutes in the UK, and the fact that University of Richmond makes more of a statement than any other of the schools for diversity, inclusion, equity, to be a standard. The university has a Centre for Equity and Inclusion, and when I even heard they offer a comfortable lounge as a multicultural space to get to know each other, that did it for me. So the University of Richmond would be a great fit for me. It's got a high-ranked liberal arts program. It's got many strong study abroad programs, including in Japan and Costa Rica, which are 2 of my dream destinations to practice my broken Spanish and Japanese. And the fact that Ryan Gosling even walked the campus when they were shooting Remember the Titans, that earned some brownie points for me. So that's all about me. Thank you so much for considering my application.